Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we have for Disgaea 7, which is set to release onto the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation consoles on January 26th of next year. And thanks to Tokyo Game Show, we got a lot of information to go over, not just giving us a new look and some brand new screenshots, but also plenty of details of how the story is going to develop, some information on some of the brand new features, some of the brand new characters, and plenty of more. We do know that there was a demo version available for Tokyo Game Show on the show floor, but it seems like they did not necessarily share a brand new gameplay trailer. All they did was kind of re-showcase the same launch trailer, which we already got a couple of weeks back. But with that said, we got tons of brand new screenshots, which you should be already seeing on the screen right now. Now, one of the biggest features that they are touting is the fact that they're introducing some brand new characters to the story, but the quirk here is that you're going to be able to shift those characters around into any sort of brand new class that you want. They did specifically mention that there's going to be heaping tons of classes. They didn't necessarily put a number on it. We do get to see plenty of them on the screenshots, but they basically say that whatever character appears in the story that is part of your team, you're going to be able to customize them and basically make them into any class you want. They're not going to be locked to any sort of specific gear type or class type. Now, like in similar fashion, like in previous games, you will be building some sort of amassing an army. The more you progress, the more characters will be joining your rank, but also some of the enemy combatants that you end up defeating will be joining your ranks as well. And some of them will even have magical skills that others do not necessarily possess. Now, when it comes to combat, one of the biggest additions that they're talking about is the fact that you're going to have a chance to be able to make one of your characters rather giant in the middle of an encounter if certain parameters are met. These are going to net you 20% higher damage output and recover 20% health for each one of the turns, at the cost of becoming the target of enemy combatants. And this is one of the things that is going to be a little bit of a trade-off. Do you want to be able to do higher damage and be able to reach a little bit further, but with the understanding that enemy units can hit you rather often as well, and different enemy units in a single turn as well? They also mentioned that in certain encounters, that power is not just going to be limited to you. Also, enemy combatants are going to be able to do that as well in special locations. So something most likely you're going to be seeing as you progress through the story. Now, the inclusion of these general purpose characters also means that you get to freely choose their occupation and basically the way that they're going to level up. While some have affinities to certain weapon types, that doesn't necessarily mean that you won't be able to tailor them in any way you want. Another one of the things that they also mention is that each weapon type is also going to have a brand new set of values. So for example, fist weapons are going to be able to counter attack a bit faster and hit more damage whenever they're counter attacking. Whereas for example, a staff weapon is not going to be very effective in close combat, but they're going to be very good for supporting and casting. Now, in the same fashion, equipment type is also going to be changing the way your characters kind of like develop. So some equipments are going to be more heavy, so they're going to be more for tanking type characters with better defense statuses, where lighter armors are going to be for faster characters, so they don't necessarily feel bogged down and being able to attack a little bit faster. One of the brand new enemy types that they're discussing also in the presser is innocent type monsters from the world. These are going to be specific monsters that are going to have different icons. They're most likely going to be like rare species of other monsters with different color variants, but more importantly, they're going to be dropping special rewards in each one of the map encounters you end up having. So seeking them out is something that the game highly suggests, as you're going to be able to get special rewards for taking those monsters down. They also once again speak about a feature called reincarnation, where you're going to be able to take a character that's been kind of like capped and be able to like level it up all over again. I believe this is a feature that has been available in previous games as well, but is also making a return once again. The reason why you would want to do this is that some of the stats do carry over, not naturally, but some percentage of them do. So the higher you stack percentages, the better the higher stats you're going to have the second time around, the third and fourth, and etc. What they also mention is this allows you to team up strong, powerful characters with weaker characters that you're starting to level up. So you're going to have the option to basically team them up together and have one of them cover for each other's weaknesses, and you don't necessarily see that much of a downside in the middle of combat because of it. Now, another one of the feature changes that they're also touting is the reworking of the AI and the way that you're going to kind of set up the AI to work for you. so you don't necessarily need to have full control of each one of your party members. You can let the AI kind of handle that, and there will be plenty of magical parameters, is the way that they're describing it, for you to be able to set it up so the AI can kind of handle pretty much everything the game will throw at it, and it'll be competent enough to be able to not get itself killed or do the wrong thing. You can still manipulate it in the middle of combat and be able to just set it up how you want, but it's going to be one of those things that they have been reworking, and they are very happy with the way that it's working now. They also do vaguely mention some sort of automatic battle option as well, while you're kind of like doing encounters, other characters that you have in the back. You don't necessarily need to worry about them. If they're not in the middle of combat, they'll be able to do something on their own as well. That's not necessarily fully detailed. It seems like it's going to be a feature that they are going to be talking about more into the future. In the last section of the presser, they speak a little bit more about each one of the classes that are going to be introduced. They don't speak about all of them. They just make mention of a handful of one, like the thief, the warriors, of course, the mages, the martial artists, both male and females, the wizards, the monks, male and female, the priestesses, the worshippers, the magic sword users, and plenty of more. So there's going to be a lot of additional characters that they still have not necessarily talked about that we're going to get to see more details on into the future. Once again, I hope they do drop a brand new trailer relatively soon, most likely in English, and we also get the confirmation of a Western release, since this game is looking extremely fantastic. But that's about all the details that I have for you guys today. If you are brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.